Got the chill vibes again today.
Chill vibes have returned. You know
Yeah.
you know what also has returned, Zach?
Us both having the same microphone?
That's true.
Yeah.
But also the desk. That's off camera. Like it's off frame, which is awesome. But we have
I love it.
we have a little tiny table. You know, it's nice. You miss not having a desk, or you miss having a desk when you no longer have a desk. That's
Yeah.
what I always say, Zach.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, it seems kind of goofy just because, like, I'm sitting in a very central area of the room and I'm just, like, chilling out here.
That's true. You know what would be nice? I mean, I've always pondered the idea of like a more, I mean, based on the couch, like a more comfy set for the podcast. So like, what if it was more just like a living room? There's like, instead of a desk, it would just be like a coffee table.
Or like a end table.
Or
on the
yeah,
end.
like an end table. And it would serve multiple purposes because then we can clip a mic arm into, you know, it'd be great.
Yeah.
But that's in the future. But right now the future is not here because we are in the present. And presently it is episode 105. So, hello and welcome back to episode 105 of An Education Station. It's Arthur today, speaking a lower tone of voice. I don't know if you can tell.
Yes.
Because I'm practicing my mic discipline.
And also, I wanted to bring this up just because it was the first thing I noticed when I saw you today. You're not wearing glasses.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the first thing everybody says because it's a very, very strong feature of the face that it'd be like you just shaved your beard one day and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Someone would say something if it wasn't you first.
Yeah, but you're trying out the contacts life.
I'm trying out the contacts life again. The last time I wore contacts was in high school, 5 years ago, Zach.
Yeah.
And I wore it all 4 years because, I mean, not that I didn't like glasses, but just kind of happened. I mean, I did track, right? And I don't know if you've ever exercised with wearing glasses. It's not the most fun, especially if you're doing something of which requires a lot of head bobbing and head movement.
Yeah.
When your glasses fly off, oh shit, you know, it's just not a great time. Right?
No, I'm legally blind.
Just run in a straight line. It's not a great time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Autoplay isn't enabled, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. But yeah, right now I am on. I was just out the other day. I was at the eye doctor People's getting new frames and new lenses and stuff, right? And I was just like, you know, it's been a while. My mom is getting contacts, and I was like, why don't I give it a shot again? Because I've mentioned before that I've played with the idea of doing LASIK, right? Because I don't necessarily dislike my glasses, but I wouldn't mind not having them anymore.
Right.
I've played with that idea a few times. But I don't know how far that is. That's good. That's a bit ways away. That's when I've established myself enough to say, yeah, fuck it, eye surgery, you know?
Yeah.
That's a bit more further away. But assuming that it is something that can be, you know, a thing that is achievable, I'd like to do it. But for now, why don't I just try contacts again?
Yeah.
I actually don't mind them. I mean, what's the normal number one thing people say about contacts when you're wearing them?
Oh, I hate putting them on and they make my eyes dry.
Yes. Those are the two big ones. Eyes do get dry. That's just a fact of life. That's just how physics work, right? So you carry with those little eye drop buddies, and it's not too bad.
Do you remember when I wore contacts? Because there was an overlap.
I kind of do. I mean, I remember a time when you just didn't wear glasses, so I would assume that would be contact lens life.
Yeah.
Not quite. That was middle school, though.
Was that middle school?
I don't recall you wearing contact lenses in high school.
I think
If anything, you wore glasses in the latter half of high school. So it might have been an in-between of like late middle school, early high school. But I do remember, in fact, you still had glasses in middle school.
Yeah.
So, but I do remember you wearing or not having glasses. I mean, actually, it's been a long, honestly, memory too hazy.
And one of the things that I remember super vividly is you and I both got glasses at around the same time. Because there was a period of time where both of us were naked, blind boys.
Oh, yeah.
As one might.
Out the womb.
And
then
legally blind.
I got mine 3rd grade.
I think I was.
No, actually, 4th grade. It's either 3rd or 4th. It might not have been 3rd. It might have been 4th. But I cannot recall.
I don't know. But yeah, we were both rocking the spectacles at around the same time. So it's fun. It's a fun little change that like it's become just a part of my personality at this point.
Sure.
So it's kind of like I feel naked without glasses on, even when I'm wearing contacts. It just feels weird.
Well, I feel weird too. I mean, I don't have my glasses on all the time, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. But literally the only time I take my glasses off is if I'm showering or I'm sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I barely see myself without glasses either. So myself, my own self, am also not used to seeing myself without glasses. So it's just as weird as it for you as it is for me.
Yeah.
Isn't that fascinating?
It's very fascinating.
So right now, I'm also in that kind of transitioning period of, oh yeah, that's how my naked face looks like, right? That's how it looks like. So right now, I'm going through a trip too. But I don't know. I think a lot about certain. We mentioned before about like the purpose of glasses. How I kind of see glasses as a good way to add more features to a face. Since I can't really quite grow a beard, glasses are a fun way to fill the face, right?
Right.
So there is no real reason why I didn't ditch that idea to go to contacts. I just said, fuck it, why not? For the same idea as why someone would say, like my brother got highlights in his hair.
Nice.
Right? Just because, why not? Right?
I haven't seen him in a while.
No. I mean, he's shut in his room all the time, so
yeah,
that's how it is. But
I mean, so am I. So
yeah.
It's kind of...
I mean, he cares a lot more about fashion more than I do, but,
yeah.
He just said, fuck it, just do highlights, right? Because, right now, our aunt does our hair, and my aunt has said the same thing, like, hey, just do highlights. And I'm like, oh, not today, I mean, I'll do it, but why not, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm just not feeling it. But whenever I'm feeling it, yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? But when you're at our age, right, you're just like, I mean, what are some fun ways we could change it up?
Right.
That won't be too, well, I want to say too drastic, but contact lenses are pretty expensive. So I wouldn't say, I wouldn't call this a not so drastic, or I wouldn't call this not drastic, definitely drastic, but it's simple, as in just glasses on and glasses off in that aspect. So I don't know. It's just a simple way to just try something different, try different clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
Just fun ways to mix up the life.
Yeah. There are a lot of things that you can do to change the way that you look, and that can either be temporary or it can be permanent. And like, I'm covered in tattoos, I have piercings, like all of that stuff is like, it's going to be around for a while. But like changing my hair, doing all that kind of stuff, it's like, for me, I'm not sure if you remember very much, but I used to dye my hair a lot.
Yes, I remember.
And so
You look like Markiplier.
yeah, I pulled a Markiplier. Actually, that was when he also had red hair.
Yeah.
Was when I had red hair.
When he died, not saying that he's the guy, but when he did it, a lot of people did it. I remember this.
A lot of YouTubers did, and it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. But I saw the ripple effect with reflect. Well, I guess maybe that I can't say that because Markiplier was really the only one of those bigger YouTubers that I watched that dyed their hair, and I was like, okay, cool. And then everybody else dyed their hair. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Markiplier's that guy.
I think it was also Jacksepticeye.
Oh yes, him as well. I mean, I think they did it for some sort of cause, right?
I think it was after a
charity stream of
some
some sort.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Oh man, yeah.
So, super off topic. You know what? I didn't finish it, but just for jokes, you know what I put on the other night? Because I was up late at night backing things up into my NAS, which we can talk about it since I didn't get to. If that's something we can talk about.
Yeah.
I was watching PewDiePie Doki Doki Literature Club.
What a classic.
Why? I couldn't tell you. I was just, as you're working, just throw something on, right? Podcast, music, or whatever. And after you've gone through a lot of music, a lot of podcasts, well, what's next? Well, how about some videos? Nobody really uploads at this time of night, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I sub to a lot of Japanese people, and I was listening to some VTubers as well, Mm-hmm. But just one of those random moments.
Yeah.
You know what? PewDiePie Doki Doki Literature Club episode 1. I know. It's things that we do all the time, right? Have a random thought that comes up and says, PewDiePie Doki Doki Literature Club. I know. You and I do it too.
I think... I don't remember if I watched PewDiePie's walkthrough or like playthrough of Doki Doki.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned that I liked his because he was really into the whole game files thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about that on a number of episodes.
Because I watched Markiplier. Now, first of all, big Markiplier fan. But when he played it, I mean, he just did it in one playthrough, and then just like in one session, then cut it up, and just did it that way, which is fine. But he didn't really touch the game files or anything like that. And it's still a fine way to play the game, but the way, like the whole Doki Doki experience, if you will, was that game file searching, or not searching, but just keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
So that's why that Markiplier's playthrough wasn't my favorite, but it's also like, how are you supposed to know?
Right.
Can't blame them, because a lot of people didn't either.
Yeah.
Most people who played it, they played it on stream, and they didn't check the game files unless their chat told them to. Right.
Yeah, and I think I watched Matt Pat's playthrough of Doki Doki, and then I watched Game Grumps do it too. And so there was a time where I would just watch specific parts of people's playthroughs just to see how they reacted to like all the weird, interesting, sketchy shit. So yeah, I kind of jumped around between a bunch of different people, but yeah, when we were talking about PewDiePie and how he was like super into like looking at the game files periodically. Matt Pat did the same thing too, where he would be like, I'm going to do a save, and then I'm going to go look at the game files, and then I'm going to come back.
Well, here's the fun thing. That's kind of the heart of visual novels.
Yeah.
There's the reason why they give you like 50 plus save states or like save slots. Like, all right, you should probably use them all.
Yeah.
Just no matter what, for it's or it's a choice, or just a random point of a dialogue that you just feel iffy about, or just fuck it. Just, I mean, I have like 100 of these. Let me just save right now, and I just go back to it. That's kind of now at this time I didn't know this, but now that I kind of dabble a teeny tiny, not a whole lot, mind you, but since I'm in the anime space for a while, I get the idea of a visual novel, and the visual novel kind of thing is save state. Just do it. It's so simple, and it's you can literally the save and load function is in the gameplay, like when you're clicking dialogue, the main gameplay. It's just there in the bottom corner. Not save and load, and also quick save and quick load. Right?
Oh yeah.
Right. It's there for you. You do. That's what you do. Right.
Yeah.
So that kind of playthrough was I don't know. I really enjoyed PewDiePie, so I wanted to go back into it. So I don't know. Whenever I have nothing else to put on, I'll put it on. And man, I don't know if you said you didn't watch it. He did some voice acting for the girls.
Oh no.
And they are, well, they have a lot of heart, Zach. I'll say that. There's a lot of heart in a lot of a lot of emotion in his voices that he picked, but it's great because he just sticks with that voice the entire time, even during serious moments. And it's funny, but also it's kind of in a really, really weird backwards way, nice for that continuity. I couldn't tell you. Even for like the moments, still kept the weird. His voices were, that type of voice.
Yeah.
PewDiePie, I love you. That type of voice. I'm like, what the fuck? But he's consistent.
Yeah.
Never broke.
Oh, dude, it's so funny. In the Game Grumps playthrough, I think it was Aaron. He used like a robot voice for Monica before he in the very beginning. He was like, "Today we are going to write letters."
Oh no.
Before he knew it, and then it turned into just Monica.
Just Monica.
Just Monica. And so I just found that so funny. Like when people accidentally predict something that's going to happen later in the game. And it's been the continuity since the very beginning.
That's pretty good.
But yeah. I fucking love that game.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
It's a great game, Zach. And it kickstarted anime here in the West. So Shout out to whoever did it again.
Oh, who was it?
It started with an S, I know. Like Team Salvo or something.
Team Salvo, that's who it was. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I just watched it again, so probably just popped in again. But that could also be wrong. Maybe it's like Team Jeff. Probably not.
Team Jeff.
Team Jeff. Team Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
You know, I kind of want to watch that movie again.
Very nice.
I don't remember anything from 21 Jump Street other than Korean Jesus. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like that's one of the main takeaways from 21 Jump Street.
Not My Name is Jeff, just Korean Jesus.
Korean
if
Jesus.
there is a Jesus, if there is a God out there, he's got to be Korean.
You know, I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that Jesus lived in Jerusalem. So he was definitely like...
Oh, he's brown.
Yeah. But yet for some reason...
Why not? Yeah, if he could be white and he could be brown, why can't he be yellow, Zach? Why not? Who said fuck it?
There was a Jerusalem in Korea?
Maybe North Korea. You never know, Zach. Jesus is the one. Have you heard that?
No.
Oh man, there's this producer, Kenny Beats. Done a lot of big beats for a lot of people. Producer, beat maker, that guy, right? Check me out. That guy, right? Not him, but you know him, the guy.
The man.
He has a series called The Cave, and it's awesome because it's I don't know, maybe I've mentioned it, but the series is he gets an artist, usually a rapper or a singer, on in his studio, I guess, right? Go ahead, I know. In his studio, and then they just make a beat, or he asks them what they're feeling. They say random ambiguous words because usually they're not very intelligent. And then
fucking roasted.
This is the truth. They make great music though. And then he makes a beat while they just randomly write lyrics, and then they just record a little verse and chorus and hook thing, like on the spot. It's a lot of fun, and it's
really cool.
very bingeable. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it for anybody, and it's a great series. Go ahead, don't be shy. Yeah, not bad. Sorry, our mics are a little sensitive, so we have to be a little careful whenever we're handling the microphone these days.
See, I was doing...
Zach, sometimes you just have to embrace it, because in podcasts that I watch, sometimes it's just part of the characteristics. Because you know that a microphone is moving, so if you hear it, then you know it's happening. Now, obviously, there's some that are off-putting. Like, if I'm doing this the entire time, then, maybe to some category of people, they would find this awesome. But to another category of people...
They would find it sensual.
But for another category of people, God fucking damn it, you know?
Leave your fucking mic stand alone.
Or maybe I've just come to understand and just get used to the sound of a microphone adjustment every now and then. Anyways, that's besides the point. Kenny Beats The Cave, bring artists, make beat right on the spot. What was my point again? What was my point?
I have no idea what your point was.
Fuck! Did it have to do with Doki Doki?
I don't think so.
I don't think it was. Oh, what was it? Oh, man.
You were saying that it was really bingeable.
It was really bingeable. Kenny Beats The Cave. Not very intelligent people. I'm joking, by the way. But, you know.
Fucking roasted.
I dropped out of school too, so it's cool. Oh, gosh. Okay, I might have lost it. But if I find it again, I'm going to reiterate myself.
Again. And again.
Kenny Beats The Cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Beats The Cave. Microphones. No, that wasn't part of it. That was after. That's what got me off the tracks.
Check me out.
Check me out. She's really good.
She's really good. Speaking of bingeable things,
Camp Rock.
No. So I watched a YouTube documentary about Demi Lovato.
Oh. How was that?
It was very fascinating.
You said on YouTube?
Yeah.
So like a video essay?
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was very fascinating just to see how fast everything escalated.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I don't really know her story very much. I just know from like, I mean, I don't want to say it, but like the memes and stuff, right?
Yeah. So she ended up doing, oh God, what was it? She was in like Barney and Friends, and
Was she?
yeah, for like I think 2 years or something like that. That was in like the early 2000s, if not the late 90s. And then she got picked up by Disney Channel, did what was it? Sunny with a Chance. And
Oh man, Sunny with a Chance. That's so crazy.
and then she also, of course, did Camp Rock. But she also was launching like a music career. And so what she ended up doing was she was a part of like the Camp Rock soundtrack, and like they put it out as an album like a month before the movie came out. And the soundtrack, or like the album, hit number 2 on the Hot 200.
Wow.
So like pretty gnarly.
She's really good. Sorry.
She's
I
really
I'm sorry.
good. No, you're fine.
Poor taste.
So yeah, she was touring with the Jonas Brothers and all this crazy shit. And then she was doing more shows, more movies, more tours, more of everything. And then like this was all over the course of like 2 years.
Right.
She went from like doing Barney and Friends. Well, probably not literally 2 years going from Barney and Friends to like touring and shit.
Sure. I'm sure there was a bit of it in between.
But yeah, then she was like a superstar, and it was insane. And then she started doing drugs and shit, and then everything went sideways.
Yeah. Classic celebrity things.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're that busy and like your world is so chaotic, I mean, I'm not at listen.
Yeah. Kids. Kids. All right.
Now, kids, I'm not advocating that you should go and do drugs, but
I didn't really beat around the bush there. I would have used more selective choice of words.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is going on YouTube, so I realize that that's probably not super kosher. But regardless, I'm not saying that you should go out and do bad things and do illegal things. But imagine.
But hear me out.
Imagine if you are
on your low and you saw an alleyway and you said, you know what? I'm going to walk down it today.
I was thinking more so along the lines of like you're a kid doing an adult job surrounded by adults.
Yeah.
So at least the way that Demi Lovato described it in her interviews and whatnot, she was like, if you're gonna make me work like an adult, then I'm gonna party like an adult.
Yeah. No, it's fair. I mean, when you're a kid, that type of influence is gonna hit you hard.
Right. And also just the pressure that gets put on you, because like, you know, you're the reason, especially in her case, like she was the reason why all of these people around her had a job, because like,
well, in that same boat, she's also the reason why all these people are able to be successful and, like she said, party like adults.
yeah.
So since she has the responsibility of why they're able to party like adults, why is she not able to party like adults as well?
Yeah.
Right? So I get it. I mean, I have no bad blood against Demi Lovato. Once upon a time ago, I definitely had a crush on her. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. Who didn't? Dude?
Right? So, you know, her, Vanessa Hudgens, you know, we all had our Disney crushes, and she was definitely part of it.
Selena Gomez, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. Alex. Waverly Wizards of Waverly Place. Come on now.
Come on now. You can't not.
Oh, man. You know what is crazy? I just got YouTube doing its YouTube thing. I recommended the craziest video, and it was iCarly clips.
Oh, my God.
And I never really thought about how unhinged that show actually was until I look back and I watched some of those clips. Now, there's this channel, I think it's called Spencer's, I forgot what it's called, like Spencer's Apartment or something like that. You know, I mean, it was their apartment. They did live in an apartment. And Carly's brother was named Spencer, which, by the way, as an adult now, I have a lot of respect for Spencer as a character. You know, trying to be a fun adult, but trying to protect his sister, things like that. Spencer is a great character. Anyways.
as I get older, I just gain more and more respect for him.
Exactly. Same thing as I get older, I relate more to Squidward. But there's this channel that was just showing just how off the walls iCarly was, and there was clips of like whenever they threw shit at each other, or oh man, let me see if I could find them again.
Dude, when they would be filming the actual videos, like the iCarly videos, those were equally as unhinged.
Oh, there was this one. I love this one so much. It was you remember? Okay, do you remember the episode where it was just random, but they were at school and they had to guess the amount of fat. Do you remember the fat cakes?
Yes.
It was just a snack that was kind of the trope there. Mm-hmm. And there was a tube in the school, and it was filled with fat cakes, and you had to guess the number of fat cakes inside the tube. I can play the clip kind of if you want to. I don't know if you quite remember it. I mean, camera's not going to pick it up very well, but I can't play it too much. And now I have to turn the audio off just in case. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. And then Gibby goes up. Everybody should, okay, Spencer's apartment. Everybody should just look it up. It's fucking hilarious. And the clip is just he goes up, or no, sorry. I think it's the principal, right? The black guy? I don't remember.
Yeah.
He goes, it's like a contest, and then whoever can guess the number of fat cakes wins the fat cakes or something like that. And then Gibby, great character, one of my favorites of all time. Gibby! Probably one of my favorite goofy characters of all time. And he goes, he just walks up and, so how many fat cakes are in there? And then the principal goes, oh, Gibby, there is something not quite right about you. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Oh, Gibby, there's so much not right about you.
That's so fucked up, but also so relatable.
It's so funny. And then someone in the comment quoted it so perfectly. I think my favorite humor is polite roasting. Just straightforward, just, there is just something not right about you.
Yeah.
Not like, you fucking stupid. Just, oh, man.
You need help.
You need help. After this, we're going to do testing. And I was like, Jesus Christ. But there's, even in iCarly, a kid's show, there was a lot that definitely does not age well.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Yeah, some of the clips I'm like, damn.
You're like, that was on fucking kids TV?
That was on Nick. Not even Nick Teens, Zach. Nickelodeon. And then we get hit with the DMCA just for that one thing. Nickelodeon. I'll try a different.
Nickelodeon.
There you go. Now we're safe. Cool. Audio Jungle. Now we're fine.
Monkey.
It's so funny. I don't know. It's so funny we're talking about just old shows again, because I was recommended just these stuff just yesterday, and I just binge watched through every single one of them. Did you know there was an iCarly reboot?
Yeah.
I knew about it, but I didn't actually know if it actually happened.
Oh yeah, it did.
And then I saw the clips of it again. Or I just saw a clip of it on the same channel, the Spencer's Apartment, and I was like, oh shit, it was. I forgot this show existed. And then I looked at it, and Freddie Benson is a dad, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey yo.
No, Freddie Benson, I remember seeing, I think it was definitely during the time where the iCarly reboot first got announced or something like that, or just whether it got announced or just made it to the internet or whatever. And then it got a picture of Freddie Benson again. I can't quite remember what his actual actor name is, unless it was just Freddie Benson. Probably not. Maybe no. I don't know if it was even Freddie. But guy's a big dude.
He's kind of yoked.
I remember even like looking at the earlier videos or the earlier episodes, and I remember a distinct moment while as a kid watching iCarly and be like, whoa, Freddie kind of, he kind of got big. Yeah. Good for him.
You go.
Good. My king. Yes. No, Freddie was the goat. Shout out Freddie.
I love that. That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but I'm happy. I watched them. So if you ever want to just fucking binge watch some old iCarly shows or iCarly clips, it's a good channel. Spencer's Basement. Shout out,
bro. Where did Monkey come from? Monkey.
It's Kung Fu Panda. It's a meme because it got cut up because monkey is meme, haha, right? I can't quite remember what the actual quote was, but it was when when Monkey first got saved by Poe's dad. What is it? It's like Pang, I think.
Pang.
I think Pang or Pong. It sounds racist, but I'm pretty sure it literally is just Pang or Pong. And then, or no, sorry, was it even him or was it the master? I can't remember. No, it was Turtle Boy. It was the old Turtle Master guy. Turtle Dude Bro Man or Tortoise or whatever he was. Yeah, I forgot he was a master. Forgot about that. Yeah, but he Jackie Chan or Monkey goes, "Why did you save me?" And then he says something like, "Because this and that, Monkey," and because his name is Monkey. But then someone cut it all up and says, "Monkey." It's so stupid. I love. It's great time.
Why did you save me, Monkey?
I should find the clip.
Dude, I just that just made me think of that same character, the old Grandmaster Tortoise thing. Like when he was about to vanish into thin air, the last thing you hear is the like what? the turtle moaning noise.
That?
Yeah.
Wait, for what? Is that a meme?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Here
we go. You saved me. Why? Monkey.
Stupid. Monkey.
You have shown me, Monkey. Monkey.
Stupid. So stupid. I love it.
Monkey. I love the fact that we both like nailed the impression of that.
Oh yeah. Monkey. It's great, right?
I'm sorry, that
what a time
me
to
so
what a
bad.
time to be alive.
Right.
This episode is going to be titled Monkey.
Can it please be titled Monkey?
I'll think about it.
See,
okay,
Arthur,
I'm still upset that I forgot my point that I was trying to make with Kenny Beats. Upset about that.
I don't know. I hope you know that if I was the one who was doing like the post-production, I would totally name this episode Monkey. The titles that I have come up with that I have just left in my brain just because they are so unhinged and stupid, like any type of seriousness that this show would have would be completely gone.
You could literally just tell me them because I don't come up with a title until I'm actually uploading it.
Oh, I know.
So you could tell me them. And I'd be like, I bet.
I bet. You'll definitely be able to tell which episodes are heavily influenced by my shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't know.
Monkey.
Anyways, so I built a NAS recently, right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot we haven't talked about that.
I'll just be pretty brief because it was quite an interesting experience in that it wasn't actually that bad. So, what do we know about a NAS, Zach? Do you know what it's? First of all, do you know what the acronym stands for? It's okay if you don't, but it makes more sense than you think. What do we know? Okay, what do we know about a NAS?
It's a server.
Correct. So a NAS is a network attached storage. It's a storage that's attached to the network, meaning Ethernet cable goes boop 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 boop, boop and my Ethernet cable goes boop 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 boop, and now I can boop, 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 with the so I can access this my NAS through the internet, basically through our Ethernet, through Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I'm pretty Wi-Fi actually too. It works on my phone and my iPad as well, so it's pretty cool. And all I did was take my old PC that I got in 2016 or 17, I can't quite remember, and it's been sitting in that corner collecting dust, just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about repurposing it, but honestly, the hardware, it's not that bad, actually. It's a quad-core CPU with a Radeon, integrated graphics, that the Ryzen stuff has too still, I think. And, like, it let me play Minecraft, and I got Call of Duty cinematics on PC like I wanted to, instead of on my PS3 with the shitty, not even HDMI graphics.
Yeah.
So it was a great PC, and now it just kind of sat there as I got a new PC and ditched it. So there's some kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a special feeling in my heart about the fact that my first PC is back in business.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And used for an actual practical use, like a fundamental part in my system. Like it's not just it's turned into a gaming PC I might use every now and then. All of my stuff is now on there.
You're like, I'm not using it for a power button like Zach did.
Yes. You know, the power button actually broke, so now the power button is now the reset button, which is fine. But
Sadness.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened. Just doesn't push anymore. So I guess it's stuck. But because of the way it's assembled, I'd have to like unscrew, unplug a bunch of stuff for it to probably pop it back out. I'm like, that's not worth it. It's now the restart button. Anyways, that's besides the point. It's actually super simple. But hard drives in, install this little. I use TrueNAS Scale, which is a service that you can use. It's free, and it's Linux technically. But you never. I mean, I could show you, but it shows a bunch of stuff, which actually ended up showing up on the other episode. But that's fine. It's safe, I think. It's like a terminal interface that goes up on that TV, but you never interface with it unless you really need to. You interface on your computer, like an actual computer you're using, like such as my PC. You hit the IP address that I set for it, and then you manage that server remotely. Well,
that's cool.
Well, not remotely, but within your own internet. But
yeah,
it just works. So now I don't have to fuck around in a Linux that I don't really understand, right?
So the really nice thing too that I just thought about was the idea that previously on Dragon Ball Z, when we were filming episodes and doing all that kind of stuff, you had to download all of our footage onto like a little
SSD thing.
SSD
external, yeah.
And then you'd have to bring it over to the computer and blah blah blah. But now you could just upload it to the NAS, and then
correct.
Just you could probably just upload it from there if you.
That's
wanted
what I did.
to.
Yeah, that's what I did with the last episode because I still haven't found an SSD. By the way, yeah, the SSD that we normally used, which we also record on too, just gone.
It disappeared.
It's just gone. As a lot of things in this room, go. They just disappear. Will I ever find it? I don't know. I've looked in places that are obvious and places that it shouldn't even be in, but I checked anyways. It's just not there. So yeah, hopefully I find it one day.
We'll find it.
I'm sure. I mean, we'll find it in like 10 years when this room gets fumigated or some shit. I don't know. But yeah,
We'll find it in the rubble.
But it's just, hey, since I now have the server up, instead of just trying to transfer it with another external drive, why not try the server? And it just kind of works. It works pretty well. It makes sense the way it works. So once the building process took a long time, but that's because I was filming it. I'm going to do a shameless plug. I apologize.
Rude.
YouTube.com/@Anuki_2. That's going to be my second channel. I mentioned I was going to make a second channel for miscellaneous things like kind of not vlogs, but just kind of extra like recorded videos with my camera or something. Keyboard videos, stream highlights, things like that. I kind of want to move that off my main channel into a second channel. That's the vibe. I'll put it in the description. Shameless plug over. So I recorded that whole process with building the NAS. Because of that, kind of took a while. But if realistically, to be fair, I am a PC guy, so I get it. But realistically, it probably would have took me like maybe an hour to get my PC back up and running again, including the drives that I installed. And then probably just the rest of the day, literally following a video. This video from Hardware Haven. Great videos on how to cut this kind of that. I remember so long ago when I thought about making a NAS. I'm sorry, this story is going all over the place, but I mentioned the crazy coincidence of I kind of want to build a NAS, and then that following day, Linus Tech Tips, Big Daddy LTT, drops a video on how to turn your old computer into a NAS. Literally the next day, I thought about it.
Yeah,
crazy coincidence. I was like, it's meant to be. So I watched that video. It's a great video. Anthony, did it and was one of my favorite writers. And it was a good video. But for this NAS, I went for this person called Hardware Haven. And great video. That's kind of what I don't want to call him special. I don't want to say specializes in because I always feel bad kind of lumping someone into one immediate category without knowing their content very much. But he takes old hardware, his old computers, old ass Dell Optiplex HP computers he finds on eBay, puts hard drives in them and turns them into a NAS. And it quite literally is that simple. In most cases,
that is so cool.
In most cases, it's that simple. And have you ever looked at just buying a NAS like on Amazon? They are fucking expensive. They are expensive, Zach. Like insert name brand here. NASs that, and to be fair, they have their convenience with them. You can hot swap the drives and stuff. But they're like, for like a 2 drive or even a 4 drive, let's say a 4 drive that are empty, it's like $400, $500 plus.
Ugh.
Now, to be fair, this is a $500 computer in 2017. So, how much do you think that would cost if you were to scrape it off of eBay, right?
$50 in a bag of Doritos.
Exactly. Maybe 2 bags.
Maybe. 1.5 bags.
Stick some drives in there.
Yeah.
You have a NAS. And not only do you have that, now, do you have the warranty and reliability of those other name brand stuff? Probably not, right? So this is just like building a PC. This is under your discretion. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
I don't know, right? So keep that in mind. But I'm okay with that. It's fine. I don't care. I don't work in an enterprise level. This thing doesn't even run 24/7 all the time. I turn it off after I'm done using it, right? So it quite literally is just an old computer. Stick drives in it. Install a certain OS onto it, and then I just follow his tutorial and just checked all the boxes and input all the inputs that he did, and then I was up and running.
That's so sweet, dude.
In less than a day. And then it just kind of worked. Because now I did do network IT for 4 weeks and dropped out. So some of it, while it is jargon, even in the video that I watched, he wasn't too up to it because he doesn't specialize in that technically or professionally, I guess. So it's kind of fun to be in the same boat of like, I mean, he does know, but he is not an expert. So you and him are kind of working on a kind of beginner level together. And because of that, his video is about a year old, maybe 2 years old at this point. So a couple things have changed with TrueNAS, a TrueNAS scale that is. But I was also able to figure it out, and if a checkbox wasn't there, I was able to find it, and it just worked. And then I got it going. And network IT, it's just like, or networking is just, as long as you get the right numbers put in and the right checkboxes checked, there should be no problem, because that's just how the structure works. And I got it running the same day, and I've just been offloading shit into there as much as I can.
I remember you telling me
Excuse me.
Bless you. I remember you telling me the last time I was here that you were uploading something that was what, like 10 terabytes or something like that?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing them in batches. So
that sounds brutal.
Yeah, it's not as bad as you think. Like, I just do a batch of like 1 terabyte maybe, and then do my Genshin dailies.
I mean, that's fair.
But I do a lot of it overnight because that'd be the best way, right?
I mean,
while I'm doing it overnight, I'll do other things. Like I said, I'm gonna make more videos on that second channel. I started working on this keyboard video that I'm working on right now, and that's been a lot of fun. So just finding ways to keep myself busy while a lot of stuff is being transferred, because it's a lot of stuff. And to be fair, it's redundant. My backup system, although it's pretty okay, it doesn't follow good practices. There's a lot of just dump the folders in there and just whatever without sorting it. So there's definitely a lot of duplicates. So right now I'm that's why I'm doing it in batches. So that way I can painstakingly know what I've actually duplicated over and what I actually don't need, and deleting them in the process. That sounds bad. It's actually not that bad. If you have a folder named gay, and you have another folder named gay, and you copy that folder into the same area, like copy, not move, copy, and then it'll go right, and then it'll prompt you. You've probably seen it. There is some repeats there are some file names with the same, or there's some files with the same names. Want to replace the files or skip? Press skip. Now those folders just merged. And that's not something I did before. So now that I'm doing it, I'm basically cutting a lot of space that I've just been duplicating. So I'm saving a lot of space as well. It's taking time, but I've basically already done it.
Yeah.
I just have to do my bigger drives, but right now I just needed to get it off my C drive because I'm trying to wipe my Windows. So the C drive is more important right now.
Yeah.
Nerdy stuff, but all of that just to say, it's not that bad actually. I just sat there and just watched his video, and he has a great voice, and he's very friendly, and it's like, this guy is a great guy. He doesn't sound like a YouTuber. I'm going to show you how to use TrueNAS scale, and I'll follow along. Buckle up, buckaroo. It's like, I don't want to listen to this guy for 30 minutes. I'll go insane if I listen to this voice for 30 minutes.
So the first thing you gotta do is
use my Fortnite supporter creator code.
This video
Anuki,
is
bruh, in the shop. Like, I don't want to,
This video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Check and stick around because there's a giveaway. I'm like, this video is a year old. I don't care about a giveaway that already ended. So, but Hardware Haven, great. He's just a friendly guy.
Yeah.
That's why I like Paul's Hardware a lot. I mentioned Paul's Hardware before. One of my favorite tech YouTubers. Just a nice guy. Just a nice guy, and he talks really friendly and walks you through things as if he's just like I hate to say this, but like your uncle just teaching you how to do things in the garage or some shit. Like, yeah, this is nice. And I can sit there and their videos are long because they have to be, right?
Right.
But it's not an annoying YouTuber voice that makes me want to off myself at minute 10. It's a nice, simple voice.
I'm surprised you would make it that long.
Oh, not even, honestly.
Yeah, you definitely are making me want to do something pretty similar to that.
You have an old computer too.
Yeah, that's true.
Stick some hard drives in there. You don't have to go as crazy as I did. Do you remember how many I put in there? Take a guess. You can look at it.
I could have swore you got what was it? 10 terabytes, 15 terabytes?
Like total?
Yeah.
Double that.
30 terabytes?
32. 8x4. Now, that is... Look at me, everybody. That is more than you probably need. That is more than I probably need, which is a good thing. So why did I do a lot? Because I said, why not?
You're like, I don't want to fucking have to put more drives in this thing.
I'm afraid because I don't understand, right at the moment, right? The process of adding more drives. Like, what does that look like? Because to my understanding, I don't know if I can even do that. Because it's kind of like the idea. I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert, so if I am wrong, somebody please tell me because I would love the answer. Excuse me. But my understanding is that when you add another drive, you kind of format everything again like an SD card because all of these 4 drives act as one drive, one singular drive. So if I add another, how does that process work? Do I have to format it? Do I wipe everything that is already in there? Well, the point of it was to put everything in there. I can't take it out. I don't have space for that,
Yeah.
So I don't really know that whole process. And because of that, I said, fuck it, go big or go home. So one of the things, this is going to be a little nerdy. Bear with me. Apologize, right?
I'm ready.
Okay. I am not, again, I dropped out of network in week 4, so I can't get that nerdy. So I'm only just regurgitating what I understand.
I'm sitting crisscross applesauce for this shit.
All right. If I had my glasses, I would push them up. Don't worry, it's not going to get that nerdy. So when you have 4 drives or multiple drives, there's something you can do called RAID. Do you know what that is?
We've talked about this.
Yes, it's a mobile app that's free to download. You can check the distro. No, I'm just kidding. It's a process of which you take, let's say, 2 or more drives, let's say 3 drives, and you turn them into one big drive. Right? You have 6 terabyte drive. You have 3 2 terabyte drives. You have 6 terabytes total, right? And depending on what RAID you do, you can use all of them. You can use 2 of them and have one be a backup drive in case one fails, or you have 2 of the drives be a backup. So you only use 1 drive. Things like, but that's basically the ideology of it. There's way more to it, but that's not what the scope is right now because I'm not an expert. I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert.
Right.
Zach is an expert, but we'll leave that to it. The one that I usually would, or the one that you usually should choose is called RAID Z2, I think. Bear with me again. There's Mirror, RAID Z, RAID Z2. And there's another one, I think it's called Stripe, but we won't worry about that for now. Mirror means I use, or at least to my understanding, I use half of it. So if I have 32 terabytes, or no, I use like 3/4 of it. I don't know why. It might be different. So if I have 32 terabytes, I get 8 terabytes. And then 24 terabytes of redundancy, which could be good, but I only get 8 terabytes.
Right.
So Mirror is out. RAID Z2, we're going to skip one here. I know. RAID Z2 is what people mostly recommend for various reasons, but for now, all it means is that half of the drives I use will be gone. So if I have 4 drives, I only use 2 drives. So 16 terabytes total, 16 terabytes as a redundancy. That makes sense, right? But now I only get 16 terabytes.
Right.
So RAID Z1 is the next option. And now I get 3 of the drives and 1 is gone. So I get 24 terabytes. 21 usable. It's kind of weird, but 24 terabytes, let's say. Yeah. That is still a lot, first of all. But it's not 32.
Right.
Right? So, and I looked, as I kept looking, because it's hard to find these answers, kind of, because there's a lot of people discussing in forums about jargon. But it's not really the most recommended use case. Because, yes, you do get one drive failure, but what if you get one, they say, what if you get one drive failure, and while you're fixing that drive, another drive fails? Right? That's the scary part. That's why you want at least like half or 2 of them or something like that, right? And I get that. But I mentioned before, I don't work in an enterprise level. This is a home server. I don't think it matters that much because this does not run 24/7. It's running low power, and I'm not editing off of it. This is only storage. I barely read off of it, meaning that if I have a project or something that's a terabyte, I'm not going to put it in there and then edit off of it. No, I have a separate scratch drive for that. This is purely only backup. And maybe if I need to access a video or like a file or something in my other room, because I can do that now. Sure, right? Why not? But in general, the write versus read is, or just the overall use case throughout the day is probably like 10%.
Use case.
About 10%.
Yeah.
So it's not going to do a lot. So I'm not really worried about that. And if something fails, all right, I'll just turn it off and figure it out. Just don't use the server for a while until I get a new drive or something, right? That's fine. So I said, fuck it, whatever. Literally everybody says, don't do RAID Z or RAID Z1, not do 2 or mirror. I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I don't care. So I'll let you guys know how well that's going. I'll keep you updated.
You're like, if everything starts catching on fire, I will keep you posted.
Yes. So that is the current stitch. Hopefully that's okay with everything. And yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot of fun. Honestly, wasn't that bad. And it was so not bad that I would literally do it again. It was so simple. I would totally build another server for, even at that point, for actual ingest, for actual editing purposes. Fuck it, Zach, let's build a server.
I mean, now that you mention it, that would be a lot of fun.
I mean, you said you needed more storage, right?
Yeah. But I also...
The storage is the most expensive part. That's the only thing. We can wait till Black Friday again for some storage sales.
Let's do that. I think I'll be all right with the storage I have right now, at least until Black Friday. Maybe I'll get rid of those stream VODs that I have downloaded.
Yeah, well, the stream VODs is the most is the thing that's taking up. Well, I guess that's a lie. I'm editor, so a lot of high gigabytes.
High resolution?
Not quite resolution, but just an editing project file gets pretty big.
Oh yeah,
upwards of 100 gigs sometimes at the most, depending on how high resolution the video is. Also the cinematics that I record, cinematics I don't end up using, they're pretty big, and that stacks up. Also Twitch VODs, because I started recording while I stream. Terrible idea, by the way. It's not worth it. If you're not ready, if you don't have terabytes ready, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Or if you're not going to use that footage directly for like content like right away, it's like...
Yeah, I mean, it's going to hit your performance a little bit. Not that much because you're already encoding, but it's going to hit your performance. If you're streaming on Twitch, just rip the VOD or record at the same bit rate so it's not that big. Doesn't matter. Like if sorry to spoil it to y'all, but if your Twitch VOD is not funny at 55,000 kilobits per second, it's not going to be funny at 6, or let me reverse that. If you're not funny at 6K kilobits per second, you're not going to be funny at 55K kilobits per second. That's all I'm going to say. So
fair.
Just download your Twitch VOD or record at a low bit rate, and then get your editor or you to edit your highlights and be funny. And then while you're being funny, that pays for your big boy drives. Then you can record. For me though, I do it because when you record, you get those extra audio tracks, and I have it separated. But now when I do my new PC, I'm actually going to simplify it back to just mic and desktop. It's not the greatest, I will say, but I just kind of want to. I'm tired of managing it all. it's a lot of, it's a lot of work.
And then you're going to be able to get rid of the Wave XLR.
Yep. And I'm going to be kind of happy or sad because I mentioned I didn't really like it that much as an interface, but I like the fact that you can use VSTs. I'm going to be sad I can't use the denoise anymore because that came clutch. But yeah, it is what it is. I think simplifying the whole thing needs to be more crucial. I'm going to go back to a USB mic. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy. I don't really know how I feel about that because you've always been like high res, like sexy voice man.
Well, guess what? The USB audio is fine now these days.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Most people, like 90% of people, probably never need to touch XLR if they're streaming. I'll be honest.
That's fascinating.
I mentioned before an end game microphone for a lot of people is probably just the Elgato Wave 3, the condenser microphone, because it comes with that Wave software too. That's priceless, almost, and it's only like $150, right? For the Wave 3, which I recommend because you get dials and stuff. So why not? And that's probably the last microphone you ever damn buy. And it's also, I don't know if I mentioned before, but they collaborated with Lued. Do you know what Lued is? Or do you know who they are?
I do not.
They are a microphone company. They make awesome microphones.
Ooh.
Big industry standard microphones. Well, not quite like the Neumann, but, like the Lued Pure 240 Pro or whatever, whatever the fuck they call it. That's actually a microphone I sought after, too. It's about mid $200. And that would have been my endgame condenser microphone for a while. Great microphones. They collaborated with them. So how much influence they had, I don't know, but it's a Lued microphone at the end of the day. So that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
And you get Elgato Wave thing. Who cares, right? So I said, USB is pretty good. I mean, USB. Have you seen the new the Rode NT1? Like, the Rode NT1, right? Do you? I'm not sure if you do.
I don't.
Very, 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 very popular, quote unquote, budget in the realm of a $1,000 to $2,000 plus microphones. Budget, voiceover microphone, and a voice microphone, vocals, voiceover, narration, those type of things. It's awesome. It's a great microphone. I even thought about getting it myself. They dropped a new version. I think it's called like Rode NT1A 5th Gen. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds stupid, but this is how these naming schemes go. It's both XLR and USB-C. If you connect with USB-C, you get 32-bit float. 32-bit float, something magical where it retains a lot of information. Whether you record really low, you could bring it back up with no audio damage, and if it's too high, like you're literally clipping, you could bring it back down. No audio damage. It's about a $200 microphone, Zach. USB-C. It's USB. And you can plug it XLR. You don't get you may get the 32-bit. You probably just drop down to 24, which is fine still. That's standard. But it's a USB-C. USB-C is pretty good. It does what it needs to do. And in a Twitch stream, YouTube stream at less than 10 megabits per second and 48 kilohertz, who cares if it's USB-C?
Yeah.
Or a USB microphone. I'm still going to, I still have the MG10, I still have my Scarlett, If I ever record music, quote unquote, it's not going to, it won't be with this mic, it won't be with that mic, the USB mic. It'll be with the SM57, right? And probably the MX0990 as the condenser mic, right?
Yeah. And
I'll use an audio interface. Use case, right?
Yeah.
I still have that option. But for the streams, I'll be back to basic USB boy. It'll work out.
It's really fascinating because when we talk about like industry standards and ways that like people have been able to get around just going straight XLR. One of my friends has a podcast that he just started not too long ago. And so he has the
Sure, MV7?
No, he has the Elgato mics.
Elgato. Oh, the Wave.
The Wave mics.
Oh, the condenser ones.
Yeah.
Cool.
He has two of them. And so we were just kind of messing around with
two USB mics. Oh, sorry, that's a nightmare to figure out.
But he figured it out. So props to him. But
maybe it's better these days. I remember trying to do that before. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. yeah, somehow he has it all sorted and it's magical.
Good.
But yeah, it was so fascinating because my knee-jerk reaction was to go to XLR because that's all I've known. Like the only mics I've ever really used that have been even remotely decent quality have been XLR mics. And so I find myself kind of having like not necessarily a prejudice, but like I this has always been like my own personal gold standard. And I mean, you know, my use case is definitely a lot different from a lot of other people's because I don't stream that much. I mostly use my mics for recording music and all of that kind of stuff. So right after you bought this SM57, you're just like, oh yeah, it's really fun. And it's nice to use for vocal stuff. And I was like, oh, interesting. And I only had my AT2020 at the time. And so I decided to buy one of these. And then I bought the RE320 from you. And it is a magical combination because I'll have this sitting in front of my acoustic guitar. And then I'll have the RE320 on vocals. Yeah. And it is something magical. Like,
have you recorded anything yet?
So
we're waiting for it, Zach.
I know.
I'm just kidding. We're waiting for it, Zach. Where's the Zach cover?
So there
you can continue. Sorry.
No. You're fine. I've spent a lot of time just messing around in Pro Tools, just kind of trying to figure out.
Pro Tools, eh?
Yeah. I was using PreSonus's software.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you ditched it, or you're just giving Pro Tools a shot.
I ditched it. Okay. I'm not going back just because I had to daisy chain my I had to daisy chain the mixer.
Oh, slippery.
Did I make
It's a 57. It'll literally live anything, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it'll live a nuclear bomb.
Bro, I've seen SM57s live through middle school band concerts.
I've seen them just bent like literally 45 degrees and still used as a kick drum mic, so it's fine.
It was used as the beater.
It was literally That's funny. Go on.
Fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Messing around. I've been messing around in Pro Tools and just kind of trying to feel super comfortable in it so that I can mess around and do a bunch of stuff that I've never really done before.
Nice.
One of which being a one take live take of Golden Hour by JVKE. That song's really fun. I'm pretty sure I've showed you the piano.
Yeah, you've
part,
shown
right?
me it. You mentioned it too because you're trying to get it with your loop pedal as well.
Yeah,
and such.
yeah. So that's kind of the plan for the moment. And then there's a bunch of stuff that I want to do on acoustic guitar. I'm also getting an electric guitar really soon.
Oh yeah, Jackson's right.
Yeah.
He said he's pawning it off to you.
Yeah.
Word.
And it's a 7-string, so you already know I'm going to do some metalhead shit.
Word.
So yeah, there are a lot of things that I'm working on that I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to speak it into existence. But like I've been trying to write my own stuff. I've been trying to like I've been just kind of half-assing it just because I haven't had like that fire under my ass to just like go and like get it done because most of the projects that I've worked on at least recently, they've just been like spur of the moment, like spent a day on it and then it just went up and then that was it.
For music though, it kind of really be like that though. So I can't quite hate that because it's a really creative process.
Yeah.
For editing, for example, I mean, you could call it a creative process, but it's a lot of diligent work.
Yeah.
It's actual sitting down and processing a lot of things and even if you kind of gung-ho it like I would normally do, it's still a decent amount of planning.
Yeah.
Music is the type of thing where someone could spend a year on an album and someone can spend a day on an album, right? So it really do just be whatever just works. So if it is just, you know what, I'm feeling like I can probably nail this in one take today.
Yeah.
And then you do. Cool. You never, you know.
Yeah. When I do that one take, what I'm thinking about doing is doing the one full take with the loop pedal and everything like that, and then going into Pro Tools and adding stuff on top of it, just because there's some there's some bits where I have to stop the loop, and it makes it so that it feels really empty because you have this really complicated thing that's been going throughout the entire song.
Right.
And then it just disappears and goes away. So I'm wanting to at least add something, it'd be a little teeny tiny, and I might I might just use the strings sound that I have on my piano.
Oh,
and just do that, because that would sound like really fucking pretty with that song.
It works. I've done it before.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's just kind of in the back pocket, and like, you know, my creative drive hasn't gone away. I've just been like, instead of doing YouTube and that kind of stuff, I've just been like diving headfirst into musical endeavors and everything.
I do the same thing with video. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't really publicly posted anything or even sat down and worked on everything that I've learned in cinematography, but I've been sitting down and watching a lot about cinematography. A lot. So technically, or just, you know, technically what I'm doing right now with my second channel is going to be an amalgamation of what I've learned. But I mean, I won't really know that until I actually start shooting quote unquote short films.
Yeah.
But for now, for these kind of vlog style things, like me holding a camera, it is actual like dedicated, not quite like storyboarded scripted things. Those will exist. I am working on those. But for now, like the NAS video, it is just record and hit record and go. But it's not quite just record, go, and hold a stick in my face, right? It is planned shots. It's fun framing and things like that. So I'm trying. I really am trying. And it's careful audio management, and it's careful B-roll shooting that is actually functional. So I'm really excited. We're both working on things. Maybe we'll all finish at the same time. It'd be great.
Yes. That would be a great time. Just both of us working on something for a really long time, and then we get to come here and talk about it.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, "Oh, dude, I did this thing," and then you're like,
and
I
did a thing too," and it's like, "Oh, cool. Oh shit. Oh fuck." It'd be a great time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it would be really cool, and I've talked about this before. I think it would be really fun if we kind of dabbled with writing our own music to start the episodes.
I know, we need to.
I think that would be really fun, because
Yeah, let me know, man. I'd be so down. It'd just be simple, but it'd be fun. You know what would be really fun? Is if we recorded the whole thing. Like the session.
oh yeah,
That would be fun.
that would be cool.
I'd be down.
Yeah, let's put our brains together and let's try to dedicate a day to it. I think that would be really fun.
Uned EP.
The Uned EP, dude. I mean, we could get Jackson in on this too.
Oh, it would be so much fun. I'd be down.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, it would be
He lit up.
Huh?
He lit up. Let's go.
It would be really cool if we, since obviously, especially if we were gonna do it here, we can't really fit drums in here, but if we just had like a bunch of acoustic percussion instruments like maracas and shit, and like egg shakers, and like I know that I don't have a cajon, but I really want to get one, so I'm probably just gonna buy one.
Okay.
Just because I can. And they're fucking awesome instruments. Get a cajon, get it in here, and just like have a fucking time, because it's so cool. The more I think about this, the more excited I get, because I think about you, Jackson, and I. All of us have some level of jazz influence in our playing, whether that's like, I mean, Jackson and I were jazz musicians for a really long time. Like you understand the jazz influence of like chord progressions and everything like that. And so that, oh, dude,
We just gotta have a jam session.
that would be so fun.
We haven't had a jam session yet.
How has that not happened?
I mean, you and Jackson for sure, but I've never done a jam session. I need to learn more scales. Okay, wait for me. Let me learn some scales first.
Okay, so another idea.
Okay.
I'll talk to Jackson, because every once in a while he and I will just go over to the church and jam for a while. And so I'll see if we can bring you along as well.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll bring my cross necklace. I'll be one of you guys. It'll be great.
Not the Buddha necklace.
Not the Buddha neck. Oh, I'll get kicked out, I'm sure.
Nah.
I'll pull this out and be like, get out. No, I'm joking. But seriously.
Is that Buddha.
Is that Buddha? That Buddha better be white.
White Jesus.
White Buddha. Korean Jesus and white Buddha. Oh, we've got it reversed. Shit.
That's some weird uncanny valley type shit.
Actually, Christianity is actually pretty big in like Korea, I think. More so than Buddhism. That's a guess.
That doesn't sound wrong. And also another interesting thing is Christianity is also big in like underground churches in China.
Oh. Sorry, isn't it Easter today? No.
Sunday, tomorrow.
Which would have been 3 days ago. Whenever this episode goes up. Timelines.
I hope everyone had a good Easter and they didn't kill any bunnies or anything.
Sorry.
Oops.
Lawnmower was a little frisky yesterday. I'm joking. We were hungry though.
You can call me a lot of things, but you can't call me wasteful. Anyway. So yeah, I think you, Jackson, and I need to get together, and especially if we did it at the church just to like jam and have a grand old time. It'd be really fun because they have a drum set, they have like pedal boards for guitars.
Ooh.
They have a really nice road.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thing first.
I think it's the Rode Stage 3, like the really, really nice
Rode?
keyboard.
Oh, the keyboard. Oh, not Rode. Nord, right?
Nord Stage 3.
The red.
Yep.
The red keyboard.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I play it.
That thing is so cool.
I play it all the time, and I still don't know what the fuck it's called.
It's okay.
Yeah, and there are like full pedal boards set up for guitars and all that.
Tim, what goes down in this in this church? Just
Bro.
starts. Whoa, Jesus, my savior. There's like an 80-year-old old woman.
No, it's not metalhead stuff. It's more like rock.
I know.
But
There's just an overdrive to distort, like. Today is Easter. Jesus loves you. There's like a 9-month-old. Wonderful. I would love to be a part of that. Shit, I'll convert for that.
Metalhead Jesus.
God. Shit. That's stupid. Yeah, I'd be down. I'm gonna learn some
would be really
basic
fun.
skills though first,
Bro,
like a very basic blues skills or something.
I mean,
You say Arthur solo. I'm like fuck.
starts playing chopsticks.
Chopsticks. Oh shit. With chopsticks.
You know,
Slams a basic major scale. Oh hell yeah, dude.
sees a flat 7 chord, just plays the major chord.
Hey man. Yeah, that would be me. As long as we stick on E major and A major, I'm chilling. We're fine. But anything past that, I'm done for, Zach. So let's calm down. Anyways, okay. I'm so sorry. I said I was sober, but Boji the Rock, right?
Fucking shit.
No, I mean I love it. Obviously, I'm not gonna just do the whole spiel again. But that just reminded me of that idea of just having a band session again and just watching Bochi the Rock. They keep uploading a lot of things. They recently did a jam session kind of with one of their songs and the voice actress and the band. And it was a lot of fun. Oh man, that idea. And then there was another thing I was thinking about where I think you might know him, Charles Cornell, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the piano meme guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardi B, but jazz, right? That guy.
Cardi B's. You like jazz?
Sometimes Cardi can be sharp, sometimes Cardi can be flat.
And all the time.
Anyways, sorry, that was weird. The one thing he watched, or one thing he visited, I mentioned it before, it was anime soundtracks. He does it every now and then. And
Dude.
There was one called Kids on the Slope, I think is what it's called. And it's a really, really, really jazz influence. I think you would fucking love that anime.
Dude,
like you would
did you
fucking love that anime. Bless you. It was, and there's a scene in that. I mean, you probably watched the video, but there's a scene in that where the kid, he's a pianist. He goes into like a jam sesh with some people, and he's never jammed before, and he just like slams. He's just like, it's really amateurish and really sloppy, but it's the spirit of it is really fun, and everyone's just having a lot of fun. And you watch the kid just kind of get into it, and he's playing really. Again, not that I know these I know these scales personally, but I know a basic scale, and he's just hitting like the most basic scales. And even Charles Cornell was like, oh, sorry, something in my throat now. Even Charles was talking about like, this is like the stereotypical first improv jazz scale that you would go, that you would just hit. I don't remember what that would even be. Probably like pentatonic or something. And they were just doing it, and it was really sloppy. And then he kind of got his groove, because an improv session really is just kind of figuring each other out, and the whole atmosphere of it is really good. That's what I'm imagining. Maybe I'm gonna be like that kid where I'm like, this is major scale, and then maybe I'll throw a 7 in there. Fuck it, I don't know. Or if like a flat 7, fuck it, beep.
And just a really weird note, like a and then it's little did they know that it's a leading tone going into the next chord, so it's like beep.
I planned that, Zach, for sure.
Totally planned that.
Oh man, Zach, I just want you and Jackson to watch Bochi the Rock so bad, so much so that I want you to just say fuck Licorice Recoil, even though I don't want you to not watch it. But because of the context, I think you should watch Bochi the Rock.
Okay. I will definitely do that.
If you can.
So, Charles Cornell, he also did a video on, what was it? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
He did, yeah.
And
that was a relatively recent one, right? I think so.
I
remember watching, I mean, like maybe a month or two ago, but I remember watching it.
Yeah. So, he did Cowboy Bebop and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And both of those soundtracks are like super heavily big band influenced and everything like that.
You're a big band type of guy.
I love big band stuff, dude. It's so fucking good. Like, I could sit here and geek out about that.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop yet, even though it's a vet card anime, but the soundtrack, it's awesome. It's so great. The chaotic nature of the big band, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
And just like, yeah. Dude, music.
I want a girl that could actually kill me. I'm a real freak. I want you to call me your PP piss boy. That's where that's from.
I know.
Okay, but not that, but the dub of that.
You played the
yeah, we're playing a CS like casual session. I just played it through the microphone because we're having a time. There was a guy that joined and he was talking like that, and I was like, oh, this must be the Cowboy Bebop guy.
I want to be your PP piss boy.
Oh man,
bro,
it's gonna get messy. I'm a real freak. Have you watched the full video? It's great.
I haven't.
It's very pleasant. Anyways, big band, Cowboy Bebop, great time.
Oh yeah. It's a fantastic time, and even just listening to the soundtrack it's pleasant. It is very, very pleasant.
Oh yeah, the reason why I want you and Jackson to watch Bochi the Rock so bad is because I want to do a cover so bad, so unbelievably bad, because I just love their music. I love Bochi the Rock so much. I hate saying it so much because I don't want to ever overhype anything. But I just think I'll just say this. I don't think it's going to be your guys' favorite anime ever. I don't expect it to have the same influences to you guys as it did to me. But it's as a musician and as someone who's been in a band, who's potentially been in a band that's doing their best and maybe is trying their best to get off the ground. Bochi the Rock encompasses that so well, and it's a great show. I hope you watch it, so that way when we get Cam back on, we could talk about Bochi the Rock and have a dedicated Bochi the Rock episode, so I don't have to talk about it ever again until season 2 drops.
That's fair. So I sent you a picture or like a meme. It wasn't a meme, but it was your line April thing.
Oh yeah. It is April, Zach.
Is it time? Yep. Spring is here.
Spring is here. April is here. Is it the rewatch time, Zach?
Dude, I don't know. Like that. That show had like such a surprising impact on me. To the extent of like, yeah, I've met a couple people who have watched that show, and none of them are musicians or anything like that. And they were like, "Yeah, it's pretty sad," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah," but it's sad for me for a different reason, and it's also like, I mean, yeah,
I think what made Your Lie in April more sad to a lot of other people, because some people say it's not that sad. And to be fair, as someone who's watched a lot of anime at this point, I can see where they're coming from. The thing about it is that it's really, I don't want to say pretentious, but it kind of is, right? It's a lot of self-monologuing. It's a lot of like, I don't want to say poetic because that sounds in a, you know, it is kind of pretentious saying it like that, but it is very poetic and it's symbolic and it's a lot of just interpretation.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, the average anime watcher, at least right now, the casual anime watcher that's not really their thing. Yeah. Which is fair. So that's probably why you and I found it more interesting, and probably why it hit you and I more, is because we overanalyze it a little bit. And we're okay with the boring stuff. Because we take that boring stuff and we interpret it, or we bring that boring stuff into the context rather than like ignore it, I guess, if that's the best way to say it.
The boring episodes are boring for a reason. And like, I know you and I both know the importance of those things, and it's like that's where all the character building happens. That's where all of like the relationships between the characters really develops.
I read the damn manga, for Pete's sake. Zach, if you can't watch the anime, how in the world are you going to read the manga? You know, so if that says anything, I just like Your Lie in April. I'm never going to call, because I think when I say Your Lie in April is a sad anime, people are like, oh, well, this anime is sadder, or this anime was better. I'm like, I didn't say it was better than this or sadder than that. I just said I liked Your Lie in April.
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed it. And I look back at it fondly, but also I don't know if I'll be able to rewatch it.
If you don't want to rewatch it, Zach, maybe you should watch Bocchi the Rock instead. Oh, God. Hey, I watched Parasite. I watched Cyberpunk from Cameron. Yep, give me a yawn.
Ow. I don't know if you could hear it in the microphone, but my jaw popped.
Oh, I have TMJ, so that happens a lot. I can't do it right now. Maybe you can hear it.
Ooh.
I don't know. Ooh, there we go. You probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I probably should.
Mine just does that normally now. You probably shouldn't do that. But anyways, yeah. Bocchi the Rock, Zach.
Bocchi the Rock.
Bocchi the Rock. I just want to have a dedicated episode to talk about
Bocchi the Rock Johnson.
Bocchi the Rock Johnson. Bocchi the Glock.
Dwayne the Bocchi the Rock Johnson.
It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah. Okay, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I gotta end it off on Bocchi the Rock, of course.
Of course.
Come on now, Zach. Would it be an Uned episode without Bocchi the Rock? You can play the music if you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. This has been a bit of a chaotic episode, but I'm glad to be back. Hopefully things look a little better. I'm trying different things in the studio. I don't really like mentioning these type of behind the scenes things, but I don't know. Does it look okay? Does it sound okay? Does it feel okay? And
are the vibes right?
Are the vibes right? But if it's the same, then that's not too bad either.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate everybody. Check out the description for Zach's links and my links. And check out the videos that are popping up.
We're going to talk real soft like.
Yes, we are. So you guys have yourself a great Wednesday, because I will actually upload it on Wednesday this time. All right.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.